Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Our glories to all the assembled devotees. Thank you so much for joining us in this mid-morning japa session. Thank you, Anjali Mataji, for the very nice recitation of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. I welcome all of you to this mid-morning japa session. Anybody wants to introduce themselves, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Shri Prabhupada, this is Preeti Vilasni Devidasi from Atlanta. Thank you, Anjali Mataji, for that very beautiful recitation, and thank you, Kirtana Mataji, for your warm welcoming.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Vilasni Mataji, Dandavat Pranama, glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Neetu from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna, Neetu Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, so glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharajas. Thank you so much for joining and thank you for your association.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devidasi from Chicago, Illinois.
Hare Krishna, Yashomati Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, so glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for your valuable association. Thank you for joining us.
Hare Krishna, Kirtida Mataji, Dandavat Pranams, all devotees. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Sumi from Chennai, India.
Hare Krishna, Sumi Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, so glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining, Mataji. Thank you for your association. Okay, it's 8:30. Thank you, dear devotees. Thank you once again for joining us in this mid-morning session with Bhakti Sangha Japa Group. Really grateful to each and every one of you. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Gaursundar Charan Prabhu with us, who will be enlightening us on this Shri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antya khanda. Before I hand over the call to you, Prabhuji, I would love to read today's quote by Srila Prabhupada. In Vrindavan, August 26, 1975, His Divine Grace said, big monkey, big belly, sail on jumping melancholy. With big belly, a monkey comes forward, and if you ask him, jump over like Hanumanji, finished, belly finished. I cannot do it. And why you have got so much belly? So this is not good. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So it's a very beautiful quote. Big monkey, big belly, sail on jumping melancholy. So I would just take 1 minute, like what Prabhupada also used to say. It's a very common saying, and Bengali also used to say, Bora bora bhande lel, bora pet, lanka dingate matha kare het. These monkeys, they just want to show their bellies, but when it comes to cross over Indian Ocean, they just simply bow down. And it was only Hanuman who was able to cross over. So glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you all, dear devotees. Thank you so much for joining us. We are really fortunate to have His Grace Gaursundar Charan Prabhu with us. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you for your association. You can now take over the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Kirtida Sundari Mataji. Let us start with the Mangala Charan prayers, invoking auspiciousness. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Dvaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Ajanulambita bhujau, Kanakavadhato. Ajanulambita bhujau, Kanakavadhato. Sankirtane kapitaro, Kamalayataksho. Vishwambharo Dvijavaro, Yugadharma Palo. Vande Jagat Priyakaro, Karunavataro. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Thank you, dear devotees, for giving me this opportunity. This was a very nice verse by Srila Prabhupada. I felt like that verse is very applicable to me, speaking in front of all these distinguished devotees. But I'm sure by your blessings and prayers, I can do some service. So I'm going to share my screen. So, dear devotees, today we are going to continue reading Chaitanya Bhagavat from text number 173. So the context is that Lord is going to Jagannath Puri along with his associates, and he has been stopped. He was stopped by a Durachari Dani, a toll collector who is categorized as Durachari. And the Lord, seeing the effulgence of the Lord, the Dani's heart moved, and he let him go. But for the rest, he said, "Oh, you have to pay the toll." So it's a very beautiful pastime. So we will see what transpires after this. So text number 173. Nityananda Sabha Prabodhena Chintanai Ama Sabha Chadiyana Yayana Goshai. Nityananda, however, solaced them. Do not worry, the Lord will not go anywhere without us. So when the toll keeper let Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu go, then the other devotees were scared. Why were they scared? They were scared because the Lord might leave them and all and go. So devotee of the Lord is always anxious for when he has the Lord's association, he's anxious that there will be separation. Because the affection for the Lord is so much that the separation is very painful. That's the viraha vedana. It's a different kind of sweetness. So the devotees were anxious. So Nityananda Prabhu said, do not worry. The Lord will not go anywhere without us. So that's the confidence of our Lord Nityananda Prabhu in Lord Chaitanya. So similarly, we should also have Vishwas, Dhrida Vishwas. Rakshishyati iti Vishwasam. Protection of the Lord is always there for his devotees. Protection of what? Protection of our relationship with him. No matter what happens, Lord will always protect us. That should be our Dhrida Vishwas. Strong faith. Srila Prabhupada says in Bhagavad Gita, faith means strong faith. The Lord will always protect me. Okay, text 174. Dani bale tomarakta sanyasira naha ete ka amare se uchita dana deha. The toll collector said, you are not with the sannyasi, so you should pay the proper fees. Because when the Dani asked Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who all are with you? Because these are all sannyasis, right? So Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, Gadadhar Pandit, Jagadananda Pandit, Brahmananda Bharati, Mukunda, all are sannyasis. So he thought, okay, maybe all the sannyasis are together, but I don't know exactly which one, so I'll better ask Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being the detached Lord that he is, he gave a completely unexpected reply. He said, in this world, there is no one who is mine, and I'm no one's. And then next statement, he'll say the completely different thing. He'll say, actually, I only exist, and everything is me, everything is mine, everything is mine. And then the toll keeper, toll collector, let him go. So when Lord said he's alone and no one is with him, So he understood, oh, these people are not with him, so they have to pay the toll. So you should pay the proper fees. Kata dure Prabhu sab parshad chadiya, heta matha kari matra kandena vasiya. After leaving his associates behind, the Lord sat down in the distance and began to cry with his head between his knees. So, why is Lord crying? This is interesting, right? Because Lord is also feeling separation from his devotees. Just like a devotee feels separation from the Lord, in this pastime, right? He's a Lakshmipati. Lakshmi sahastra satasham brahmase vimanam. Thousands of Lakshmis are serving our Lord. But in this interesting pastime arranged by the internal potency of the Lord, in accordance to the Lord's desires, to bring out the qualities of his devotees and his own qualities, Lord does not have enough anything. Because he's sannyasi, so he's not nothing to pay the toll, right? And also, Lord asked the other devotees before beginning, "Do you have it? Are you carrying anything with you?" And they're like, "No, no, we didn't carry anything." Oh, very good. You are sannyasis, right? So awesome, excellent. So now, Lord is worried about his devotees. Oh, they are stuck. They have to pay the toll. I'll miss the association. How will we go to? So Lord is feeling separation from his devotees. Now, what does this loving relationship and the separation in that and the difficulty that the quality of affection that this whole pastime set up by the internal potency brings out, what does it do? Let's see. So text 176. Kashtapasha nadi drave shuni se krandana adbhuta dekhiya dani bhave mane mana. Even wood and stone would melt on hearing such crying. When the toll collector saw that wonderful sight, he began to consider. So, love is such a thing that a devotee, in this case Lord Chaitanya, who is taking a role of a devotee, when we see their any action, especially their affection and calling out for the Lord, if we are little bit in a receptive mood, it is very heart moving. It is heart melting. So this Dani, who was said to be Durachari, right? Interestingly, he also began to consider. What did he consider? Text 177. Dani bale e purusha nara kabhu nahe manushera nayane ki etadhara vahe. The toll collector thought, this person is certainly not an ordinary human being. Can a human being shed such tears? Sabare jigyase dani pranati kariya keto mara kara loka kahata bhangiya. The toll collector then respectfully asked the devotees, who are you? Who is your leader? Tell me the truth. Text 179. Sabe bali lena ai Thakura sabara Shri Krishna Chaitanya nama shuniya yara. They all replied, he is the Lord of all. You must have heard his name. Shuniya yara. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. That's the name of our Lord. And Sabe uhara bhritya amara sakala kahite sabara akhi vahi pade jala. We are all his servants. Tears flowed from their eyes as they spoke these words. We are all his servants. So this is Darshane Pavitra Karo. There is a song, right, in the Vaishnava songbook. Gangara parasha haile paschate pavan darshane pavitra karo ei tomara gun. A Vaishnava, just by darshan, he purifies. So by the darshan of Lord Chaitanya, the Durachari, toll keeper, his heart melted. And now he is asking the servants, looks like he's crying because, you guys are here and maybe he is feeling separation. Do you have any connection? He's like, yeah, we are his servants. And they also started crying because these are all Mahabhagavats, right? So then this is too much for this guy to handle, right? I mean, for anyone to handle. Imagine if we are there, hopefully we will also, if we are fortunate in some lifetime at least. देखिया सबार प्रेमा मुग्ध हैला दानी दानी रा नयन दुही वहे पड़े पानी. The toll collector became astonished on seeing their ecstatic love, and tears flowed from his eyes. So these are the ways of ecstatic love. This is what we really want. This is what we are craving for. And nothing else will satisfy us. And nothing else, no matter what else, is not going to satisfy the heart, because this is the water for our thirsty fishes of our heart. The water is the ecstatic love for the Lord. अथे व्यथे दानी गिया प्रभुर चरणे दंडवत हई बले vinaya vachane. He hurriedly went and fell at the Lord's lotus feet, offered obeisances, and spoke with humility. कोटि कोटि जन्म यत आछे मंगल तोमा देखी आजे पूर्ण हईला सकल. Seeing you is the fulfillment of whatever piety I have accumulated in millions of lifetimes. Koti koti. 1 koti is 1 crore. It's 10 million. Koti koti. So 1 million times 10 million times 10 million. So millions and trillions of years. Yata ache mangala. Whatever auspiciousness I could have accumulated in billions and trillions of lifetime, Toma dekhi, just by seeing you, I have accomplished that much auspiciousness. Darshane pavitra karo. So seeing a pure Vaishnava, a Shuddha Vaishnava, is extremely purifying. It eradicates millions of lifetimes of sins because it acts directly on the heart. If we can approach with humility, which is what is mentioned here, right? Humility. He spoke with humility. Approaching with humility. Then the affection and love of a pure devotee, their presence, their aura, their qualities will directly touch upon our hearts. And all the vasanas that are infecting our hearts, which are blocking our relationship with the Lord, they will be removed. And the fierce flow of desire to serve the Lord will unravel, which cannot be stopped. So the goal of all the piety that we perform throughout our life, one may perform, right? For millions of life, the success of that piety will be if we can serve a pure devotee. Or in other words, if we get an opportunity to serve pure devotees directly or through their servants, we should take it up. We should take it up in all sincerity, in all humility, because nothing comes close to it. There is nothing that can match the power of rendering service to a Vaishnava. Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Koe, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha Sarva Siddhi Hoye. So, just a lava. Lava is a very small unit of time. 6 times the Trasha Renu. The sun moves, right? So Paramanu is the smallest unit of atom. According to the 5th canto of Bhagavatam, the time in which the sun moves a Paramanu, which is the smallest unit of space, is also called Paramanu in time. And then 3 Paramanus form Trasa Renu, and then 6 times that is lava. So basically it's very, very small unit of time, which is much less than a second. But if in that moment, if our heart, if we are with a fertile heart, if we can approach a pure Vaishnava. And we can appreciate their greatness and appreciate their qualities and their sacrifice. Then that is the success of, and that is the success of all of our lifetimes of piety, and as well as accumulating millions of lifetimes of piety, because nothing can compare to that. Text 184. Aparadha shama kari kar, aparadha shama kari kar, karuna sagara, chala nila chala giya dekha satvara. Ocean of mercy, please forgive my offenses. Go quickly to Nilachal and see your Lord. So please forgive. What is the offense? He let the Lord go, right? What was his offense? His offense was that he detained his followers, his servants. Without him, the Lord cannot go. That was his offense, because he let the Lord go, right? Already. He was already said that you can go, but I will have these folks, right? The ones who are not with you, because you said you are alone, and whatever you said, I didn't understand, but I figured, I just caught one thing, that you don't have anyone. So that was his offense. His offense was that he detained the followers of the Lord. So you please take respectfully. You people are like great personalities. I can't figure. I'm just a normal. Tears and all. Seems like you guys are very deep. So please take. So we should be careful, because we do not know when we may be committing offense to deep devotees, because they won't let us know. So it is said that those who are pure devotees, they do not ask for anything. They are like children. So we should take care of them like children. So many times as devotees, as practicing devotees, as sadhakas, we have to be very careful around those who are elevated, because we have to be extra careful. Our antenna should be fully up to see what is there, how we can serve them, or at least how we do not obstruct them, right? So, and a lot of mercy will come, because Krishna will notice all our efforts. All our efforts, no effort will go in vain. When we are willingly wanting to render service, or just provide comfort to other devotees, especially those who are exalted or serving the exalted, Krishna notices all our efforts, and they won't go in vain. Just like in the next verse. Dani prati kari prabhu shubha drishti pata, hari bali chali lena sarva jiva natha. After casting his merciful glance on the toll collector, the Lord of all living entities chanted the name of Hari, Hari Hari, and departed. So this merciful glance of the Lord will be upon us when we are always in the mood of service, when we are always in a humble mood, when we are always wanting to enable the service of others, especially Vaishnavas. Next verse. Sabar karibe gaura sundara udhara, vina papi Vaishnava nindaka durachara. So after the sweet message comes the guardrails, the warnings, right? So what is the warning here? Gaurasundara will deliver everyone without exception, except the ones who do not want it, right? If you don't want it, you cannot be given because you will not be able to value. So what is the qualification? What is the symptom of one who does not want it? Offender of the Vaishnavas. They are the sinful, ill-behaved offenders of Vaishnavas. Haristhane aparadhe tare hari naam toma sthane aparadhe nahi paritran. Haristhan aparad. That means if you offend the Lord himself, there is still hope, because the holy name will deliver us. But if you offend the deliverer of the holy name, the one who will give us the holy name, the Vaishnava, then who can deliver? Who can help us after that? No one can help us. No one can save us. Therefore, we must be very, very careful. Hati mata aprad. a tender garden. Our heart is like a garden. And we are so fortunate that we have planted the tender creeper of Bhakti Lata. And this tender creeper, we have to guard against all the dangers. And the biggest danger is Hatimata, a mad elephant of Vaishnava Aparad. It can come in the garden and destroy the creeper. And then we will be deprived of our most desired, cherished goal of Krishna Prem for another, we don't know how long. So this is the greatest lesson in this verse. So who is the real Papi? And who is the real Durachari? Remember, this same Durachari word was used for the Dani. But the Durachari got delivered because he was not Vaishnava Nindaka. He did not criticize the devotees. He did not blaspheme the devotees. So this example is created, this example, the pastime is enacted for us to understand that what is the real offense. The real offense, other things are smaller offenses. You forgot to wave the chamar in a certain way, or the bell fell down, or oh, I'm not sure whether I chanted. We should chant carefully, but against with Vaishnavas, we should be extremely careful. It is not worth to offend any Vaishnava. It is better to tolerate and give the benefit of doubt. You are always safe. And we will get Subha Drishti Pata. Shubha Drishti Pata. So this is what we want. Shubha Drishti Pata. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, don't try to see God. Okay, so then what I should do? Act in such a way that Lord sees you. So this is the Lord seeing us, Subha Drishti Pata. So if we act in such a way, how we should act? We should act in such a way that, my dear Lord, I want you. And how do we prove? How do we show that sincerity? By doing exactly what we have not done in the past millions of lives, which is we are not, or at least not done with that intensity. So we should serve the Vaishnavas. We should be a humble, chant the holy name, serve the Vaishnavas always. Then Lord will see us. That yes, here is my child, he is very eager to meet me, he is very good. And Radharani will also recommend. Lord Chaitanya will be merciful, Lord Nityananda will be merciful, and then we will get the merciful drishti of the Lord. And one more point, right? So one more point here is in this whole section before we read into the purport of the next verse. The Dani's heart melted when he saw the tears in the eyes of the followers of the Lord. So this is real preaching. The real preaching is when we carry the love in our heart. So we cultivate Janma Sarthak Kari, Karo Paropakar. So when we have the love for the Lord in our heart, it will inspire others. It will infect others, just like it positively inspire and infect. So this is the real preaching. So we should endeavor very strongly to cultivate that genuine love for the Lord. This is the goal of all preaching. Janma sarthak kari karo paropakar. Because you have experienced the taste. You have experienced the joy. You have experienced the bliss of bhakti. So now all you want to do is share it. Because whether everyone else does not have it, right? So, and it's not that there is any competition. So, like one question might come. So, okay, Lord is there. So many living entities are there. And after all, how many can Lord reciprocate with, right? So let's say we have 10 children. It's hard to manage, give equal attention to everyone, or 1,000 people. Impossible, right? And we see those limitations in this world enacting out in different leaders and guides' position, right? You may not always get the time that we want or we think we need or whatever. So how about the Lord? Is that applicable to the Lord also? Does he have any limitation? No, he does not have limitation. Why? Because that is the definition of the inconceivable potencies of the Lord. The Lord has inconceivable potencies. The Lord expanded himself into 16,108 forms. Where? In Dwarka. And also in the Raslila. Srila Prabhupada writes in that purport, what is 16,000? Even 16 million queens, no problem. Krishna will take care. So same thing. You just keep on expanding. Lord he's already expanding as Paramatma, right? In our hearts. He's sitting as the official Vishnu form, because that's all we are asking for, right? Just oversee. I mean, we are not asking for it, but we are not really. But as soon as you are eager, Lord takes on his natural form. Krishna says, right? Krishna says in the 9th chapter, Maya tatam idam sarvam jagadavyakta murtina matstani sarva bhutani na cha aham teshu avasthita. So focus on this second line. Matstani sarva bhutani. All living entities are in me. Na cha aham teshu avasthita. But I am not in them. Why? Why I am not in them? He is there as Paramatma. He is not as a Krishna himself. But then few verses later, see the beauty of Lord's narration. Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshyo asti na priyaha. I'm equal to everyone. Samoham, I'm equal to everyone, no differentiation. Name dveshyo asti. I don't hate anyone. So no matter how much you are angry on the Lord, how much we curse, how much we deny the existence, how much we want to become Brahman, we means a human society in general. Not these are all the devotees are very special on this group, but we as a human society, right? We are just talking in the larger, broad, more applicable terms. Samoham sarva bhuti. Krishna says, no problem. Whatever you want, I will give you. You want Brahma Jyoti? Okay, take. You want yoga powers? Name dveshyosti na priya. And I'm not partial also. So he's not partial, but for devotees, ye bhajanti tu. But this is the exception. What is the exception? Ye bhajanti. But then how you are equal? Well, everyone is given the opportunity to become a devotee, right? The doors are never closed. That is the beauty of the Lord. He never closes the door. He never shuts the doors on us for doing devotion. And that is why I want to become a devotee. Because for so many millions of lifetimes, I have not served the Lord. I don't know what all things I have done. Even in this life, I have done so many things. But still, Lord has not closed the doors. And the moment you take one step, he takes so many times. So, ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya. Look at the beauty. Mai te teshu chapiham. Mai te teshu chapiham. Fourth verse, what did he say? Maya tatamidam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina matstani sarva bhutani. Okay, all living entities are in me. Nacha aham teshu. But I am not in them. But here, what does he say? Mai te teshu chapiham. The devotee is in me. Okay, all living entities are in me. And I am also in them. But for general living entities, he is not there. He is in his Vishnu form. But here, he is Krishna himself. This is how Lord reciprocates. So Lord can reciprocate with every one of us individually. It's only a matter of our really wanting it, our really being hungry for it. I cannot live without my Lord. Okay, I don't have that desire. So what? I want to have the desire that I cannot live without my Lord. Okay, nice thought, but I don't have the desire too. Okay, how about I want to have a desire that I cannot live without the Lord. Somewhere we can start. And guess what? Wherever you start, the journey has begun. And my dear friends, after that, it cannot be stopped. If you start this journey of desiring the Lord and wanting the Lord, it cannot stop. Shubha Drishti path. Because once the Lord looks at you, then you are beyond your control. Once even a tiny iota of love of the Lord touches your heart, manifesting through whatever medium. It may manifest through your spiritual master, it may manifest through the devotees, it may even manifest, some messages may come through karmis also, right? Like Chintamani for Bilva Mangala Thakur. Somewhere the message will pop in that I am watching out for you, my dear devotee. Don't worry. And once that love of the Lord touches the heart, nothing else will remain the same. Because nothing is tasty anyways, right? In this world, there's nothing tasty. We are just struggling to find some pleasure somewhere, right? It's just shanik sukh. It comes and goes. Agam apaino anityas. Tam titik shakshava. Krishna says, tolerate this happiness and tolerate the suffering both. Why? Because it is going to come and go. So what comes is going to go. The sensory happiness is not going to stay. So don't invest consciousness in that. accept it as a result of your past deeds, especially past improper deeds of acting as Bahirmukh Jeev. So we have done piety thinking that, okay, I'll get this pious rewards. And we have done sins in the avesh of Rajogun. So that reactions will also come. Tolerate both of them. Don't worry. Focus on the devotional service. Focus on your japa. Chant as if there is no tomorrow. Okay, let's read the purport of 186. Some non-Vaishnavas think that Vaishnavas are capable of becoming implicated in sinful activities like themselves. Since Gaursundara accepted sinners, why should not Vaishnavas indulge in sinful activities? And why should not sinners be allowed to act as Vaishnava gurus? This completely reverse logic. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, papi tapi yata chilo, hari name uddharilo, tara sakshi jagai madhai. So Lord Chaitanya accepted the most sinners, right? Jagai and Madhai were such big sinners that Chitragupta got tired writing his accounts. That there was no sin and offense there was no sin under the sun that was not committed by them. But them also Lord delivered. So reverse logic is, oh, Lord accepted sinners. So that means if you are a devotee, you can commit sins. No. Lord told you should not repeat this again. Because that is the purpose. How can you do the right thing and the wrong thing at the same time? We cannot. To become to become a devotee means to become like the Lord, to have the same qualities. The Lord's qualities are completely beautiful. Completely. Among the 64 qualities of the Lord, He is also Mridu. He is gentle. He is well-wishing. On all the sins, my dear friends, is always based on exploitation of somebody, harming somebody, hurting somebody, or not being kind to others. So that's why seeing people as objects of our senses, that is essentially the primary basis of sin. Thinking that everything, like His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj says, that we are supposed to love people and use things. But unfortunately, today, we are using people's and love things. That's our misfortune. So we have to serve, we have to love, we have to be compassionate, we have to be kind. We should not consider any person or even thing as an object of our enjoyment. It should all meant for service to Krishna. How can every soul attain Krishna? So this is completely anathema. The point that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is saying, the point that the author is making here is that Gaursundara will deliver everyone, but he will never deliver those who blaspheme Vaishnavas. Again, Hatimata Apra. It is not worth it. So no matter how much we have to tolerate, we should not find faults with Vaishnavas. Now, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, he could not tolerate any faults with any Vaishnavas. Even if there were some things to be improved, he would say, they are chanting, that's all right. So we don't have to associate with everyone. We can associate with those who are our guides and teachers and leaders. That is all right. But we should not, for our own protection, for the protection of our Bhakti Lata Kripa, we should not find faults with others. Because it will reinforce the same tendency of Bahirmukhness that is keeping us in this world. Because if someone, Vaishnava means somebody who is trying to genuinely approach the Lord. When a devotee is trying to genuinely seek the Lord, even though he may be whatever, he may be just a new bhakta. But we should see the good quality that he's approaching. How many persons we are seeing, and how many do they take to Krishna consciousness? Very few. So we should not find faults in the Vaishnavas. or those who commit sinful activities on the strength of chanting the holy names. So this is another offense, right? Namno balad yasya hi papa buddhi. Namno balad. This balad means strength. The strength of the holy name. Namno balad yasya, one whose papa buddhi. That means on the strength of the holy name, I'll commit the sins. I know what are the regulative principles. So, well, once in a while, because of social pressure or whatever, I might do something. And then, holy name is powerful. Then what will happen? Will we go to hell? Not necessarily. You might get what you desire materially also. But what you will not get is the whole Krishna prem. Because these offenses are against the holy name, which prevent us from attaining Krishna prem. Bhukti Mukti you may still get. And you may think, oh, I'm a great devotee, I'm chanting, I'm doing this also, but holy name is very powerful. I still have a big house, I have a fame in society, I have this, I have a job, but I don't have Krishna prem. So what is the gain? We just collected some dust, that's all. This body is a machine that's going to fall, and then these possessions are just made up of sand and they will vanish one day, but then at the end we only have ash in our hands. We did not get what we really ventured out for, Krishna prem. So Krishna prem will not come if we commit sinful, because now we are engaging the holy names in our service instead of serving the holy name, which is Krishna himself. So in a mood of service, in a mood of dependence, knowing that I'm parcel of Krishna, and the holy name is non-different from Krishna, and all my past, all my future, all my present, all difficulties, all tensions, all troubles, everything is there within the holy name. And everything is there because of my attitude towards the holy name. So if I serve the holy name with all my heart and all my soul and all my desire that I can accrue and all my sincerity that I can accrue from my heart, then the holy name will deliver us. There is no doubt about it. Harir Nama, Harir Nama, Harir Nameva Kevalam, Kalau Nastyeva, Nastyeva, Nastyeva Gatiranyatha. There is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way except chanting the holy names. So anytime we get opportunity to chant, to do kirtan, to participate in Sangha with Vaishnavas, we should take it up. Because there is nothing that compares to it. It is worth everything. After our duties are done, after we are taken care of our day-to-day needs, there should not be any time wasted on any other things. No matter how nicely the atheists who approve of the sinful activities may imitate the dress of devotees and advertise themselves as Vaishnavas or Gurus, there is no possibility for ill-behaved atheists who blaspheme Vaishnavas to attain any perfection other than self-deceit. So what is the perfection that they will gain? Prabhupada is saying, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada is saying that there is a perfection they'll get. What is the perfection? Is the self-deceit. They will cheat themselves. So they may advertise themselves as Vaishnava. So this is pretense, right? Srila Prabhupada says in Bhagavad Gita chapter 3, a sincere sweeper in the street is better than a charlatan meditator who meditates to fool people to make a wanton living. So pretense is not good. So we must, again, these are sharp words coming from a very highly exalted Acharya, right? Our Parama Guru, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. So we should accept these words to find out what tendencies we might have that we can treat using this medicine of this powerful purport, so that we can become free from them and create that express way for our bhakti to progress. Right now we are walking on thorny bushes and stones, and then we can just make rapid progress by identifying these tendencies. Because like His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj says that in every person's heart there are two, this is the native Indian American saying, and we say divine and demonic qualities, they say a good dog and a bad dog. So we have to feed the good dog in that example, but we have to exercise the muscle of divine qualities. Abhayam sattva shamshuddhir jnana yoga vyavasthiti Danam, damascha, yajnascha, swadhyaya, taparjavam. All of these qualities, starting from natimanita, not expecting any respect, which is same as trinadapi sunichena. So we should be very careful against this. Even inimical demons have attained Sri Chaitanya Dev's mercy. So my dear friends, the inimicalness, the sinfulness, the durachar is not the limitation to attain Krishna. Because Krishna is saying, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam raja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami mashucha. Krishna can take care. If you decide that from today onwards, I'm not going to do anything wrong, I'm going to be yours, my dear Lord. I want you sincerely, and I'm going to apply myself to the process very sincerely. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, yes, you're mine. I'll take you now. And after that, your life will be the dance of the internal potency to take you to the Lord. Yet the envious, sinful atheists will never depend on Sri Gaursundara's mercy. So that means they're depending on their own strength. They are not wanting to give up the Bahir Mukh nature. And this is what we should completely cleanse out from our own hearts. The tendency to think that I can do something on my own. No. I can do only when my Lord, I will do everything only for the pleasure of my Lord, and I'll not depend on my own strength. Even because whatever strength is there is given by the Lord. As long as He allows me, I will engage it in His service. And when He takes it away, I will have no complaints about it. Right? Because I'm completely His. He can do whatever with me it likes. Anyways, this body is a machine. It is going to fall one day or the other. What difference does it make? He will take care. As long as I've committed to that relationship, as long as I have established that relationship, Pratigya tava govinda name bhakta pranashyati rajan samsmritya pranam dharayami aham. Who says this? Draupadi. Draupadi says, Govinda, this was your pratigya. What is the pratigya? Name bhakta pranashyati. Arjuna would have told the Bhagavad Gita, right? Kaunte prati jani hi name bhakta pranashyati. Of course, that happened later, but they discuss these principles always. So she said that you promised, it is your promise that your devotee will never perish, and thinking that only I maintain my life. So we should maintain our life only for the pleasure of the Lord, for attracting the Shubha Dustri path. They'll expose themselves as proud pseudo devotees of Gaura and will become travelers on the path to hell. So the way I read this is that these are the tendencies we should get rid of, and Krishna will take care of everyone else, how they have to be rectified and treated. So text number 187. Asura dravila chaitanyera guna name atyanta dushkruti papi say nai mane. Even the demons were transformed by hearing the qualities and names of Lord Chaitanya. Only the most sinful miscreants do not accept him. Those who are offenders of Vaishnavas and those who are utilizing the holy name for their service instead of serving the holy name. So they are the most sinful miscreants. Henamate nila chale vaikuntera natha aisena sabare kari adrishti pata. In this way, our Lord, the Lord of Vaikuntha, well, He is the Lord of Vaikuntha? Yes, of course. His expansion as Narayana, which is not different from Him. He is the Lord of Vaikuntha. Glanced mercifully on everyone as He continued on His way to Nilachal to meet Lord Jagannath. Nija premanande Prabhu path nahi jane ahar nisha suvibala premarasa pane. In His own ecstatic love, the Lord did not know which way to go. Day and night He was overwhelmed from drinking the mellows of ecstatic love. And this is the invitation for us. Drinking the mellows of ecstatic love. This is what we want, right? Bhava Bhakti. Sudurlabha. But, at one side we are thinking, oh, Trinadapi Sunichana. But look at the audacity. Trinadapi Sunichana and Bhava Bhakti. But that goes together because we are Krishna's part and parcel. Krishna is promising we are not going to accept anything less. That's all. We are not going to settle for anything less. That's all we want. And till my Lord gives, I will wait. And I'll keep on trying. If He gives me in one lifetime, that is all right. If He gives me next lifetime, not all right. If He gives me after 100 lifetimes, that is also all right. And after million lifetimes, that is also all right. That should be the patience of the devotee. That is when the Shubha Drishti path comes. But the effort is 101%. The effort is 100% and patience is unlimited. Then the mellows of ecstatic love will be dawned upon that devotee. So, Sudurlabha, Sandrananda Visheshatma. These are the qualities, right? Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu of pure devotion service. So we should not be satisfied with Kleshagni and Shubhada. These are the symptoms of sadhana bhakti. So you might think, oh, Kleshagni, oh, I don't have much material suffering. I'm in ecstasy. Shubhada, all auspiciousness is coming. I'm getting a good job. My daughter has found the right match. He's working in a good IT company. I have a good retirement pension, nice 401k. Oh, I'm in ecstasy. No, that is not the ecstasy. That is just Kleshagni and Shubhada. So let's not get distracted by the results of bhakti, because that is also an anartha. Taranga Rangini, enjoying the results of bhakti. No, that is not our goal. As sadhakas, as the followers of Srila Prabhupada, as the followers of our dear Rupa Goswami, we are going to settle for nothing less than ecstatic love of God. Whatever the price, we will pay. Whatever the cost, we will pay. But we will attempt for that only and that only, because that is the invitation. Everywhere that is the invitation. Chaitanya Charitamrita, that is the invitation. Chaitanya Bhagavad, that is Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Braja. Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayasya. Bhagavatam, that is the Prahlad Maharaj. Matirna Krishne Parata Svatova Mito Bhipatyet Graha Vratanam. To his father is saying, the Hiranyakashipu, the lord of all the demigods. The demigods are trembling in fear in front of him. And look at his confidence, small boy, 5-year-old, can be just kicked and killed. He's like, my dear Lord, Krishna Matir, very difficult for persons who are not ready. What can be done? But that is our goal. So that should be our confidence also, like Prahlad Maharaj. Doesn't matter which Hiranyakashipu is there nowadays. Nobody's so powerful. So why to worry? If Prahlad Maharaj, our leader, we are his followers, right? We are his servants. He's not afraid of such a powerful demon, Hiranyakashipu. I hope some of you would have seen the Mahavatar Narsimha, beautiful animated movie. But he's not afraid. He's completely absorbed. So we should be also completely confident. Ei mate Mahaprabhu chaliya asite kata dine uttarila suvarna rekhate. While traveling in this way, Mahaprabhu arrived in a few days at Suvarna Rekha river. Mahaprabhu came to one particular village on the bank of Suvarna Rekha river. Gaursundar arrived at the place on the bank of Suvarna Rekha river where all travelers to Jagannath Puri cross the river. So Bengal is above on the Indian map and then Orissa is below. So Jagannath Puri, when you cross, there is a river called the Suvarna Rekha river. Suvarna Rekha Rajala Paramanirmala Snana Kari Lena Prabhu Vaishnava Sakala. The Lord and the Vaishnavas took their bath there in the most pure waters of the Suvarna Rekha river. Such a nice arrangement, right? Have the rivers clean so that our respected and well-meaning sannyasis and vanaprasthis can take bath wherever. Unlike today where we pollute all the rivers and nothing is left for anyone. So we should keep the rivers clean as a human society for the transcendentalists to not have worry about where to take bath. Snana kari swarna rekha nadi dhanya kari chali lena Shri Gaursundar Nara Hari. Shri Gaursundara, who is Lord Hari in the form of a human, made the Suvarna Rekha glorious by taking bath in her waters and then continued on his journey. So as a pastime, Lord Gaursundara is taking bath, but as Lord Hari, he is actually making it glorious. And we also have that verse from the first canto, right? About purifying the holy places. Anyone wants to take a guess at that verse? Which verse it is? First canto? Sorry?
I'm only doing the last part. Punya Tirtha Niveshaya.
Yes, there is a Tirthi. Yeah. So it's a
Tirthi
Bhavadvida.
Kurvanti.
Yes, Tirthi Kurvanti.
Yeah.
Bhavadvida Bhagavatas Tirtha Bhuta Swayam Vibho Tirthi Kurvanti Tirthani Swantastena Gadabrata. So this Maharaj Yudhishthir says to Vidura,
Vidur.
yeah, when he comes back from his pilgrimage, he says, you have gone to the places of pilgrimage, my dear master, but actually you are the Tirtha. You are the holy places of pilgrimage. Why? Because you carry the Gadabrata, the carrier of the club in your heart. What is the purpose of holy places? We go there to take darshan of the Lord, right? So there's some deity installed, or there's some holy river which is coming from the lotus feet of the Lord. So there's a remembrance of the Lord. But the pure devotees, they are moving tirthas because they carry the Lord in their heart. Wherever they go, they become tirtha. Like our Srila Prabhupada, right? Our dear Srila Prabhupada. He made whole world so many tirthas. In Atlanta we have tirtha, in DC we have tirtha, in Los Angeles we have tirtha. So many places there is tirtha. New York there is tirtha. So they make tirtha. Tirthi kurvanti tirthani. The tirthas are tirtha because of the pure devotees. So the purpose of going to tirtha is actually so we should go and pray to the tirtha. Give me association of the person tirtha of Mahabhagavata. Make me qualified to be able to serve them and get their Shubhadishtipat. Because when Mahabhagavata's Shubhadishtipat comes, then Lord Chaitanya's Shubhadishtipat will follow immediately. Because he'll say, oh, he's related to me. He's related to my servant. Immediately Lord will say, oh, he's moving. He's praying very sincerely to my devotee. Oh, I must give him mercy. Right? So, next 193. Rahila ne kapache Nityananda Chandra Samhatita Hara Sabe Sri Jagadananda. Nityananda in the company of Sri Jagadananda fell far behind. Lord went ahead and they fell behind. Katadure Gaura Chandra Vasile Nagiya Nityananda Swarupera Apeksha Kariya. Gaurachandra went some distance ahead and then sat down to wait for Nityananda Swarupa because Lord went ahead, so he was waiting. Chaitanya Aveshe Mata Nityananda Raya Vivalera Mata Vyavasaya Sarvathaya. Lord Nityananda was always restless and intoxicated from being absorbed in thoughts of Lord Chaitanya. So there our Lord Chaitanya was intoxicated and in ecstasy, and our Lord Nityananda is also no less, right? He is the one became two. Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda are Lord Nityananda is a direct expansion of Lord Chaitanya, none other than Lord Balaram. So he is also being played upon by the actually, let's read the next verse before that. Kakhanahu kara kare kakhana rodana shane maha attahasya shane vagarjana. Sometimes he roared loudly, sometimes he cried. Sometimes he laughed loudly, and sometimes he made thundering sounds. So in the first chapter, right, we went through this, the symptoms of why a devotee goes through this, because Krishna is actually playing with him. Sometimes he'll manifest, and sometimes there'll be a pastime. Sometimes he'll vanish, and then he'll reappear again. So devotee is not really worried about the bodily maintenance at that time. So these are Mahabhagavats, Paramhamsas, beyond the modes of material nature. We cannot imitate this because it will be very tiring. But this has to naturally evolve, and we should be genuine about it. Yeah, it's not there, but that's what I want. I will settle for nothing less, and whatever is required, I'll do for them. But once this sthiti is attained, and this sthiti can be for anyone, right? It may be a child. We don't know. Prahlad Maharaj was a child, or it may not be a man. It may be in a woman's body, right? Like Queen Kunti. So there is no limitation to get this state of being. Anyone who is sincere, because Krishna says, apichet suduracharo, right? And then he says, Mam hi partha vyapashritya yepi syu papa yonaya. Doesn't matter, papa yona. Striya vaishyas tata shudra. Kalau sudra sambhava. And Striya vaishyas, hardly very few. And they also don't follow the cow protection. They are the first one to kill the cow. So mostly everyone is Shudra and Antejas. But anyone who takes shelter of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can attain the Paramhamsa stage. So it's not limited to Varna and Ashrama. But this is what we want. So our Nityananda Prabhu is inviting us now, right? Lord Chaitanya's invitation or Nityananda Prabhu's invitation. This is what we want. The play of the internal potency. Enough of the play of Maya's potency. Enough of play. right? How much we'll try again, right? Now let's change the goal. क्षणे नदीरा माझे एडेना सातारा क्षणे सर्व अंगे धुला माखेना पारा. Sometimes he would swim in the middle of the river, and sometimes he would smear dust all over his body. क्षणे वाये आछाड़ खाए न प्रेम रसे चूर्ण हय अंग हेना सर्वलोके वासे. Sometimes in ecstatic love he would fall so forcefully to the ground that everyone would think his limbs were broken. He'll appear like that, right? Doesn't care. Who cares? Because the joy in the heart is so intoxicating and then so explosive that the human form not designed to handle it. So reactions will come, but who cares, right? Just a piece of machinery, right? I mean, within the internal potency, it doesn't matter. We should not neglect it when we are sadhakas, but this is the transcendental stage. अपना अपनि नित्य करे न कखन टलमल करे पृथ्वी तत क्षण. Sometimes he danced on his own, and the earth would then sway back and forth. So Mother Earth would dance with him, right? With Lord Nityananda Prabhu. His lotus feet are on the earth, and he's dancing in ecstasy. So that ecstasy is touching Mother Earth, and she's also dancing. এই सकल कथा ताने किछु चित्र नया अवतीर्ण आपने अनंत महाशया. All such pastimes are not so astonishing for him, for he was Lord Ananta appearing in this world. Lord Ananta carries the whole universe, the 14 planetary system on his hoods, right? Fifth canto descriptions. If anyone has heard from, I forget the name, P, but Gaurang Darshan Prabhu. What is that?
Pavneshwar Prabhu.
Bhavaneshwar Prabhu, yes, such a beautiful presentation he has given. There are some videos on YouTube, and I think in Gaurang Darshan Prabhu's Bhakti Vaibhav also he gave the presentation. Such an amazing, heart-touching descriptions of how the universe is. Such a beautiful. I'm so grateful to Bhavaneshwar Prabhu for that amazing presentation. So this is our Lord Ananta, carrying the whole 14 planetary system upon his heads. So what is this? This is just child's play. नित्यानंद कृपाए सब शक्ति आया निरवधि गौर चंद्र यहार hridaya. All these pastimes were possible by Lord Nityananda's mercy, for Gaur Chandra constantly resides in his heart. So Nityananda Kripa is Sabha Shakti Haya. So one can be about the pastimes, but we can also get that Shakti by the mercy of Lord Nityananda. Because what Shakti? The Shakti of attaining Bhava Bhakti. Because Lord Gaurachandra resides. So if you pray to Lord Nityananda, if you pray to our deities, Gaur Nitai, Nityananda, then we will also get the mercy. And this is the last verse for today. Nityananda Swarupa Thuya Ekasthane Chalila Jagadananda Bhikshanveshane. While Nityananda Prabhu waited at one place, Jagadananda went out to beg alms. So Lord Chaitanya was waiting. Now Lord Nityananda is waiting, and Jagadananda went out to beg alms. So this is the beauty of Vedic society. Any one sannyasi can go and beg alms, and the pious grahasthas, they will be happy to share. They'll be feeling privileged. Oh, today a sannyasi has come to our home. Please take whatever is there. Please take the best offering from our home, or at least the grains, the best grains if they're brahmanas, or in this case sannyasis. So, and then this is a prelude to the next pastime that is going to happen, and that we will hear tomorrow. But that's the end of today's class. So thank you very much for the opportunity. Please forgive for any mistakes, and please give any feedback or inputs. Thank you, devotees. I'll stop sharing.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much. Thank you so much for a beautiful, engaging class and covering all these. There were so many verses. It was it was a difficult task to cover multiple verses like that. Thank you for the hard work, Prabhu. And I really like the way you emphasized about the Hati Mata. How many ever times we hear, I feel it's not enough. So thank you so much. Yes, dear devotees, if you have any questions, comments, or realizations, we can open up the forum. Hare Krishna. Anyone has any questions or comments for Prabhuji? I think there was not no scope for questions, I think, this time. Everything was very, very clear.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Again.
Thank you. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. I'll let everyone. Yeah, we do see some chat messages. Yeah, our Neetu Mataji is thanking you for the very beautiful class, and Chinmay Vrajapriya Mataji as well. Thanking you for the very, very nice class. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Thank you for all the efforts. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Okay. Okay, dear devotees, if there are no questions or comments for Prabhuji, then we can end the class. Again, Yashomati Priya Mataji is also thanking you. Okay. Thank you, devotees. One second. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, again, for your very valuable association and time on this forum. We can end the call here. Vancha kalpatarubhascha kripa sindhu Vaishnavebhyo namo namo Koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Jai Prabhupada ki jai. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to His Grace, Gaursundar Charan Prabhuji.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you. Nice class.
Thank you.
So many
Hare
teachings. Very nice, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.